Hi guys, we are starting part 4. This is apply multiple classes to elements. As we explained at the beginning of this project, some professionals define very specific classes to accomplish only a defined goal, and it is on just specific objects. But what we are now able to do is to be able to put more than one class on one HTML element, and so that is the steps that we are going to go through next. The first thing I want you to do is to make sure you have food.html open and that you are in live view. Once you have those two things all ready to go, the next thing we are going to do is right underneath the food HTML tag, instead of being on source code view, we are going to click style.css, and hopefully it should put you in split view. If it doesn't put you in split view, go ahead and click split view so you can see live view on the left and that you can see your CSS styles on the right. What they're going to actually have us do is hand type in a code. So we're going to scroll clear to the bottom. Remember, this is a cascading style sheet. Here's our first rule that we just finished writing in the last part of this chapter, which was the image rule. So we're going to click right at the end of 212 and hit enter to 213. And what we are going to do is type in a second rule that we're going to apply to only parts of the page we have on the left-hand side. And what we are going to do is we are going to create an image float right, and this is how it's done. The first thing we have to do is build the class name. Now remember, class names start with periods, so start with a period first. Then we're going to type in the image tag, and because we want to be able to read this, we will capitalize the first letter of the float right portion of this. So we're going to capital F, L-O-A-T, capital R, I-G-H-T, and that's going to be the name of our rule. Then we're going to do a space, and we're going to do the opening curly bracket, which is just to the right of the letter P. And then we're going to hit enter. And you'll see that it did put in the first and the last bracket, and when we hit enter, it automatically indented for us. And this is where we're going to start the rule. Now, we have code hints in Dreamweaver that help us. So all we need to do is type FLO. It's going to open up a code hint box, and hopefully you can see it. I don't know if you can, but it should have opened up a dialog box with a list of rules that you can put in. And we're going to click on float. And as soon as I did that, it gives me the option of picking what kind of float I want, and what I want to select in code hints is right. Okay, once I've got right in, I have to close the rule. How I close the rule is a semicolon. The semicolon is just to the right of the letter L. So I type that in. Once I have done that, I have actually created the whole rule. So I have image float right. Now, all I need to do to apply that rule, and this is kind of fun, is I click up here on the New York deli style. Nope, excuse me, I need to click on the picture itself. I will see image. I will see my first rule right here, and I'm going to click to add a class. And the class ID, and all I have to do is click inside where it says class ID and put in a period and an I. It should bring up my image float right, which I put in, and as soon as I put it in, look what happens. Okay, let's repeat that process. Under Southern Fried Comfort, I'm going to select the second image. I'm going to click the plus sign. I'm going to put in a period.I, which will bring up my image float right. I'm going to click on it, and boom, I have immediately put both of these in. Now, the interesting part, And this is what I want you to see. Let's click back on source code for a minute, and let's click on the New York Deli style picture. And what I want you to see is underneath the class portion of this, you will see indeed now the class has two rules. It has the image 150 pixel with the space, and then right after the space you're going to see image float right. So there's our two class rules on the image tag. Okay, now that we have those two done, let's go up to File. Let's do a Save All. And that completes the two class names and two class rules on one HTML tag. And we will continue to the next portion of the lesson in just a minute.